See, when we say good afternoon, I want to hear much louder and clearer. Sounds better. Alright. So, as I said, my name is Sathyanarayana. You can call me Satya. I work with Philips as an enterprise agile coach doing the transformation. So, today's topic is situational leadership. How we can leverage situational leadership in our agile coaching and transformation. Right? That's the talk. I want to know from you, is there any one good leadership style? Yes or no? No. Right? That is what we are going to talk. Right? So, how many of you here have challenges implementing or transforming agile teams? Can you please raise your hands? Very few. Some of you raising 50%, you have 50% challenges. Right? Alright. So all of us agree that there is no one formula where we can do the transformation successfully. Right? We might have to try a different approaches. We might have to do different experiments to see what is going to work. Right? So today's topic is on situational leadership. So typically when you look at, within the organization we will have multiple agile teams, right? Each team is operating with different maturity level, right? Agree with me? So some of the teams may be high mature, they know how to manage themselves, right? Some of the teams, kind of, medium maturity level, and some of the teams having real problems, right? Unfortunately, the third one, where we talk about the teams have a lot of issues, 80% of the teams belongs to the category, unfortunately, right? So when the teams are operating with different maturity levels, right, we might have to use different leadership styles to coach them. That is what I'm going to talk about, right? So typically when you try to go and coach the team, right, typically this is how some of the reactions from at least from some of the teams, right? Scrum is not going to work, right? This is kind of waterfall, right? And you can see, different anti-agile patterns, right? Always you look at why these patterns are, right? The team is not mature, your team is not progressing well, stuff like that. But we don't look at what kind of leadership style we apply. How are we coaching them? Why these problems exist, right? This is one side with respect to the team. When we slightly zoom inside within the team, right? Assuming, let's say we have 8 people or 10 people within a team. Each of them operating with different maturity level again, right? Probably you may have team with 10 years experienced people, 5 years experienced people, maybe an entry level person, right? And each of them will have different maturity level. And when I coach, I may have to use a different style to coach each of them because the maturity level is different, right? Can you correlate this particular slide to some of your teams, right? We will have somebody in the team, 1 or 2 people who does 99% of the work, right? We will have 1 or 2 people in the team, typically they don't know what's happening in the team. They will be part of all the ceremonies, they will come to sprint planning meeting, they will come to review daily stand-up, but still they have no clue what's happening within the team, right? And we have people like him, where he will say, hey, I'm there, I'm going to help you all the time. And he disappears after that. Right? And this guy comes in the beginning and finally, you will meet him again during the demo only. Right? And if at all the sprint goes good, he will say, yeah, very good job. Right? That's how, we have to zoom inside. And when we want to coach, we have, high performance, low performance, average performance. We might have to coach using a different style. That's what I'm going to talk about. If let's say I'm driving a car, right? It's impossible for me to drive in a single gear, whether it is a first gear or a fifth top gear, right? According to the situation, according to the condition of the road, I'm going to keep changing, right? That is where I'm coming from, the situational leadership point of view. Referring to this particular slide, now one example comes to my mind. Typically, whether, if you take an example of a team or a product line or a You just go and tell them, hey, can we try this new estimation technique? They say, yeah, I think we should try it. Right? Can we do something to improve the maturity? They say, yeah, why don't we? Right? Very optimistic people. Right? If you look at the other extreme side, you will have 10 to 20% of the people very pessimistic. Right? The moment you go and say, can we try this? Even before you complete the conversation, they say, no, this is not going to work. We tried it 6 months ago, we tried it 1 year ago, it's not going to work. Very pessimistic, right? In between, 60 to 80% of the people, right, they are called sensitors, right? Whichever side is more powerful, they will go towards it, right? If the positive-minded people are more powerful than the negative-minded people, they will incline towards it, right? If the negative people are more powerful than them, they will go towards it, right? That is where identifying the 10% of the population or 20% of the population who are really good at, right? And making them more stronger and stronger, right? So that rest 70-80% will come this side. When you have 80-80% of the population your side, you are going to win the match, right? Moving ahead to situational leadership. Okay, there are 3 stages here which I am going to talk, right? The number 1 is diagnosis, assessing the development needs of a team or an individual, followed by flexibility using a variety of leadership styles. So what are those leadership styles? We'll talk about it. Then followed by partnering for performance, right? These are the 3 things which we are going to talk with respect to situational leadership, right? Okay, this is the model, and I'm going to spend good amount of time on this slide because I don't have any more slides to talk about. This is situational leadership model 2, right? Developed by Ken Blanchard company, right? And this is a pretty good model, and most of the organizations believes and using this. In fact, personally, I am using this leadership model, since a couple of years, and it is working very well for me, right? Here we have 2 quadrants, right? We have first quadrant which talk about directing. We have second quadrant which talk about coaching. The third quadrant which talk about supporting, and the last one is delegating. What it means? Let me quote a generic example, then probably we can relate to an agile team, right? Assuming a situation where I want to learn guitar, right? I want to learn guitar. So, assuming tomorrow I'm going to enroll this weekend, what is my current motivation level? It's pretty high, right? I'm very enthusiastic, right? My commitment is very high, right? What is my competency at this point in time? 0. Agree? My motivation is high, I have commitment, my enthusiasm is very high, but my competence is very, very low, right? Assume tomorrow I will go and join the class. My expectation is by next weekend I'm going to play DDLJ songs, right? But when I go and realize to hold a guitar properly I need 1 week's time, right? Then all other people who are in my team are able to grasp, learn, but I am not able to, right? That is where sometime back the motivation which was high, the enthusiasm was high. What is going to happen now? It's going to drop, right? Sometime back it was high. Now because of the situation, I'm putting myself into the situation by looking at the difficulties what I have to learn, my motivation goes down, my enthusiasm, interest goes down, right? Trust me, most of the people are here, irrespective of the task what they are performing. Unless if we are not coaching them and moving them to the next level, most probably they will quit here, right? If I want to refer to the same example of guitar, if the guitarist has to, the trainer has to use a proper style to teach me, that's coaching. Instead of that, if you use any other thing, if you start directing that, hey, you are not learning, others are learning. Already I am motivated, demotivated, right? I get frustrated, and over a period of time, think of quitting, right? Most of our agile teams, unfortunately, are here, right? And we should do something to move them as quickly as possible to the next quadrant, which is supporting, where somebody is giving me confidence, not to worry, right? This is what happens with everybody. You are going to pick it up, you are going to learn. So giving that confidence, right? motivating me, right? What happens? I'll move to the next level where my motivation is going to improve to a certain level. My enthusiasm is going to improve a certain level, right? My confidence will also gradually improve, right? So here I'm coaching, but here I'm not supposed to. I need to start supporting them because they are motivated, right? They have competency to perform. I need to go and support them as and when necessary, right? At the last level, when you come here, which is delegating, where the individual or team is excellent in terms of motivation, they have the required interest to perform, competency is too good, right? So if you are in this level, just delegate, you're supposed to be doing this job and they will take care. I don't think we need to go. If you start mismatching the leadership style and start directing them, right? For example, somebody who's good at doing Scrum Master job, you're going and directing, hey, this is not the way to facilitate the daily stand-up meeting. You'll say get lost. Right? So identifying, and putting up the appropriate leadership style is key here. Right? If I want to, take an example of an Agile team here, right? Where the team is pretty new, they don't know about Agile, they want to get into an Agile, the team is pretty happy, pretty motivated, right? And they don't know how to do this Agile implementation, they don't know how to facilitate these ceremonies, stuff like that, right? The moment they enter, let's try with 1 or 2 sprints, right? After that, because nothing is going to change, right? Without any help, without any plan, they will start moving into the Agile implementation. You will call a project manager and you will say from tomorrow onwards you're a Scrum Master, right? And the Scrum Master is going to do what project manager was doing it earlier, right? And the team is going to see, what benefit we are going to get. No changes, apart from the title, right? So over a period of time, they will start frustrating, right? If you keep them, leave them there itself for some time, right? In this second quadrant, right? That is where all the negative energy is going to come, right? Because they are not seeing any improvement coming out of it. They are not looking at any, the short-term wins which is coming out, right? When even though the team is putting all the effort, but still result is nothing, right? And ultimately somebody will start blaming them. Right? So it is very important as a coach. When I talk about situation leadership, I'm not referring to only your product leadership or top management. I'm referring to everyone here. It may be a team member, it may be a senior folks in the team, it may be a Scrum Master, it may be a product owner. It becomes highly important for them to identify, what is the maturity level of the team, right? And appropriately start coaching them. Otherwise, if they are here for a long time, right? Earlier I was talking about they will quit, but unfortunately they can't even quit because they are already in Agile. Management will not allow them to come out of Agile, but ultimately they'll start quitting the organization. Right? So, start coaching them, right? Be there with them, facilitate them, identify what is their need is, then quickly bring them to this level, the Agile team. Right? It could be this we can apply at the team level, this we can apply at an individual level. Right? So typically I use this to coach one-on-one, the Scrum Masters, the RTs, product owners, right? Because it's highly important for me to understand what is the maturity level. Somebody who was an engineering manager or delivery manager suddenly becomes an RT. Right? Somebody who was a program manager or project manager becomes a Scrum Master. Right? So that's how the existing roles we are trying to map with the Agile roles, right? So it's important for me to identify what is the competency level, how much they know, how much they don't know, what is the delta, and how to fix it. And are they belongs to this quadrant? Are they belongs to here? Accordingly, I need to do it. Once they move here, right? Only supporting is necessary. I don't think we need to go start coaching them. And as quickly as possible, we need to move them here in the fourth quadrant. Coming here below, what you can say is the development levels. Right? Development maturity level of a team or an individual. Right? The D1 will always be linked to S1. Right? D2 is linked to S2, D3 is linked to S3, and D4 is linked to S4. This is how the team is maturing from G1 to G4 and looking at where they are, in which quadrant you are going to teach them. Right? Any questions so far? Yes.
You were talking about the different stages how we push the agile team, right? Forming, and performing, right? My question here is, I work in an organization where we have the management layer, right? So my question is, like, when you coach the Scrum team to swam across the different levels, do you coach the management layer simultaneously in this level? If yes, how? If there is a lag in between, right? If you coach a team who are in coaching stage and your management layer is still in directing team, how do you take that?
See, it's a very good question to answer. See, typically, the leadership coaching should happen even before you start coaching the team, right? Because the culture or the transformation should come from top. It is not bottom up, it should be top down, right? My team may be here, or my team may be here. Somebody who is the head of this, particular, engagement, if he is applying a directing style, right? It's a total mismatch, right? It is highly important to identify who are those flows, and we need to teach them first. Not only in terms of situational leadership, for agile transformation, it's very important to teach those executives, right? Set their expectation, what they're supposed to be doing, what was their earlier role, and how they should behave now, right? That's the key factor for a transformation, right? Moving ahead, this is the development maturity level which I was talking about, G1 to G4, right? This is what the maturity level, how the team is maturing from one level to another level. What are the typical behavioral patterns from one level to another level, right? So when you look at these kind of patterns, it becomes easy as a coach or a scrum master or whoever it is, as a manager, which level they are operating, and accordingly the leadership style can be applied, right? Okay, moving ahead, in a typical agile coach, agile transformation or coaching, in a directing, right? In a directing, where the team doesn't have the competency, but the interest is there, you'll stand outside and you start directing them. Do this way, right? When you move to this part, right, typically you are going to be the part of the team, right? Part of the problem. You are going to handhold them. You are going to understand the pain points, the root cause for the pain points, and you are going to give the enough confidence being part of the team. Here you are outside the team just showing the direction, but here you are going to be part of the team handholding it, right? The moment you come here to the supporting, you should enable this team or the members to take care of themselves, and you should slightly stand outside and observe them. Whenever there is a support required, you should just go and extend your support. Right? When you move to the last level, which is delegating, the team is competent enough to manage on their own. I don't think you need to do anything apart from, assuring that as and when you need, please reach me out. I'm there to help you out. Right? That's the typical these 4 slides talks about.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You talked about moving the team from S1 to S4. It is situation based.
Correct.
Let's say we started this coaching style for a project 1. You help the team to go from S1 to S4. The same team is at level S4 and it starts on a new project where the technical competency is probably very zero, but the process and the agile competency is very high. So how do you coach? At what level they are and what kind of coaching they need in your experience?
It's a very good question to answer. See, typically when I'm talking about this, right? Not necessarily, see, I'm taking somebody from here to here. Not necessarily that the team is going to be there in that quadrant forever.
That I
right?
understand.
Any given point in time, any changes are happening, they may come into any of these quadrants. Right? For example, team is motivated, somebody comes to know that there is an individual bound on track, somebody is monitoring on it. That is one trigger, people can come into quadrant 2. Right? That's number 1. Number 2, to the answer to your question, this is actually task-based or activity-based, right? Some tasks which I'm performing as an individual, for example, coding. I'm doing coding or I'm doing coaching, right? I may be operating at this maturity level, right? In the simultaneously, I may be asked to do some other activity, right? I may not be in that level. I may be in some other different level, right? It is purely depends on the activity, the maturity what we are talking about in terms of the team maybe at level 1 or level 2, you need to assess them. Where they stand in terms of competency, where they stand in terms of motivation level. Right? The process is maybe set. Team is matured enough. Right? But still, in what kind of project, whether the team is happy to do the project execution, there are so many parameters which influence to decide where they stand. Right? Yeah.
Another question. So, the more I hear about situational leadership, looks like it can apply irrespective of whether you're using Agile, Scrum, Lean, doesn't matter, right? So is there anything else that's specific to Agile that...
That was exactly my question.
See, the more I listen to you, it's like it applies to...
It's not
Absolutely, that's what I said, right? There is no one proper leadership style which will solve all your problems. So, irrespective of whether you're on an agile team or a non-agile team or a waterfall, anything, we can follow situational leadership. It has nothing to do with agile. But what I'm trying to tell you here is how situational leadership, now the model can be leveraged to do the transformation or coaching in agile teams. Right? This is nothing. See, even before Agile originated, the situational leadership was there. It actually came in 1960s, late 60s. And finally the Model 2 came in 2000, something like that. Even before Agile it was there. So it can be applied here, applied anywhere. In fact, many of us, we can apply day-to-day basis in our home, with our friends, with our children, with our parents. It's all situation based. So where we go wrong is identifying the maturity. Right? And applying a different leadership style will have a mismatch. Right? That is where I was talking about diagnostics. Right? Identifying the level is very important. So this particular slide will tell you how to identify the maturity level. This is actually taken from situational leadership for others from Ken Balchard companies, one of the white paper, which talks about the diagnosed development level, which has competency where task knowledge and skills, right? The work what they are doing, whether it is a coding, whether it is a agile, whatever it is, where they stand in terms of the skills. What are the transferable skills? How they are good at, right? Followed by motivation and confidence level. Probably they are good in the tasks what they are doing. Competency is pretty good. Transferable skill is good. Probably the motivation is lacking. In some other case, you may be very good at here, or you may be bad here. So we need to identify and appropriately will come to any one of the leadership styles. We are mapping here to G1 to D3. Sometimes it may be a situation it is not, they're exactly quadrant 2. There may be a mixed match of quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Right? There may be the border case, right? So that is how we identify where they are high, the competency or motivation, and that will probably come and link to any of these quadrants in terms of maturities. And this will help you to identify where they stand, and accordingly we can take it forward. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
See, when you're talking about this leadership, basically, it's common to all leadership, basically, irrespective of the industry here. But when you come back to the agile coaching perspective, right, I would like to add a few points here. When you're talking about coaching here, actually, we are talking about transformation here, the organization level, right? So there are two things actually we need to consider. One is team level coaching, another one is one-on-one coaching, basically, right? So for these two, things actually, I think as Satya explained clearly, we have seen multiple level of people actually, in terms of learning, right? So in this perspective, we have to play multiple role, right? When, say for example, the person don't know what is Scrum, right? Then that time we have to play a trainer role in terms of teaching in terms of what is Scrum all about, basically, right? Assume that actually the person knows what is Scrum, then actually is not. We have to do some corrective action. Then we have to act as a mentor. How do we do the course correction right now? When talking about coaching, we have to think about the high performance team. Actually, how do we bring this team to the next level? We are talking about, right? That's another role we are talking about, right? Similarly, the agile is we are talking about the collaboration. We have to improve the collaboration. We should be collaboration conductor in terms of how do we improve the collaboration within the team. Whenever actually product backlog grooming, sprint planning, we need to make people more interactive and in terms of giving value to the product, as well as we need to take the
tell
You, I just wanted to add this point actually with respect to coaching. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. See, it's the leadership role, wearing a different hat depends on the situation, right? See, one of the key success for a leadership is, bringing that momentum, right? We will be doing a lot of coaching stuff like that, but what is important is bringing that momentum. For example, you have a train, right? On the driving lights, on the driving wheels, let's say you have a small block of 5 mm, right? Because train will not move just because the 5 mm block is blocking a huge massive train, right? Imagine the train is traveling with 50-60 km per hour and there is a concrete wall, which is put across the, tracks. It will smash and it will go because there is a momentum involved. So what is important, especially when we are in this level, bringing that short wins, bringing that momentum will definitely take to the next level. That is the key factor for leadership. Yeah, I know time is out. So, with a summary, there is only good leadership and bad leadership. There is no neutral leadership. The good leaders will always look to create and influence, new leaders, and the bad leaders will always try to look to create followers, right? Good leaders will try to guide, and bad leaders will try to misguide, right? That's about it. Thank you so much.